So it's pretty common to hear about how eating fruits and vegetables helps us stay healthy. That's something we hear a lot of. But do you ever wonder why it seems like we're eating more fruits and vegetables and yet still seeing more chronic illness and fatigue and nutrient deficiencies? Well, then this video is for you because here's the uncomfortable truth. Oddly enough, not all produce is created equal. The produce that we eat today is very different than the produce we ate or that our grandparents ate 50 years ago. It's not nearly as nutrient dense. Today, I want to explain why our modern fruits and vegetables contain fewer nutrients, what we can do to help with that, how to make it better, and why that's so important to our systems, how we need to rebuild our soil biology to make our fruits and vegetables more dense so that they can offer us more of what we actually need. Today, I want to explain why our modern fruits and vegetables are less nutrient dense and what that means for our health. And I want to talk a little bit more about how rebuilding our soil biology can actually dramatically increase nutrient density, even whether it's in your home garden or in a greenhouse or an environment that you can control. The statistic I always like to mention is it takes about nine peaches today to equal one peach in nutrient density from about 50 years ago. So, of course, that exact number can change, but the idea is still there and the trend still definitely exists, and it's absolutely real. Over the last several decades, we have seen decreases through research in various nutrients and vitamins in our food. Things such as magnesium, calcium, iron, zinc, vitamin C are all things that have been depleted as our soils have been depleted. Most modern agriculture isn't focused on individual nutrient content and how we can make it more nutrient dense. They're focused on yield, obviously, and size and shelf life and even appearance. It's got to look good. And I know from personal experience, when we were growing commercially, a lot of your fruits and vegetables are picked and pulled green so that they can, as they travel, they can start to ripen and then they can sit on the shelf for a long period of time. And so that's kind of a challenge to keep nutrients there because they're focusing more on shelf life and making it pretty. If a tomato wasn't pretty enough, it couldn't even be sold. And I get that too. I get the perspective. And if you own a grocery store, you want nice looking fruit. People want to buy the nice looking fruit. But if you're growing for nutrients and you're trying to make it more nutrient dense, then you need to pay attention to your soils. So what's really happening is that with the focus being more on yield and max production, we're pulling the nutrients out of the soil faster than we're putting it back in. So today I'm going to talk more about how we can put those nutrients back in the soil. So for your fruits and vegetables, they can have a more nutrient dense content and offer more vitamins and nutrients to you. So why does this matter? Why do we care that it has so many more nutrients in our fruits and vegetables? We live in a world that has more autoimmune disease and metabolic disease and fatigue and inflammation. Nutrient deficiencies are just rampant. Of course, food is not the only factor. A nutrient-dense lifestyle absolutely helps offset, though, some of these challenges. Your body relies on minerals and phytonutrients to support immune function, to regulate hormones, to reduce inflammation, to repair cells. If those nutrients aren't in the soil, then they can't possibly get into your food. So on top of the nutrient density decline, there's another issue. As a population, we are not eating as much in the fruits and vegetables range. So we're not eating what we're supposed to be eating as far as what's recommended in our daily allowance. And when diet's already low in plant diversity and we're low in our fruits, the produce that we are taking in isn't as nutrient dense. Well, just imagine we're compounding on this. We end up with deficiencies. We're not going to have enough of those things. So when our soil health, when we take a minute, we focus on soil health, it becomes incredibly important. You could actually change, of course, how much nutrient you're getting. So here's something that really surprises a lot of people. If you are eating organic, which is great, organic fruits and vegetables, wonderful thing. Just because it's organic does not equal more nutrients and doesn't equal more nutrient dense fruits and vegetables. Because something being labeled organic means it's focusing on what's not included, right? Our organic foods mean the pesticides aren't in it. Chemicals aren't added to it, that kind of thing. So it's what's not added. That does not mean it's got more nutrients. It just means it doesn't have the other bad things. So I think organic is a great step. However, it's not necessarily what's in the soil that they're looking at as far as nutrient wise. Again, taking out pesticides and everything, which is wonderful, but not increasing our nutrients. So you can grow in depleted soil as far as nutrients go and still be organic. You can have a very sterile medium that you're growing in. Still qualifies as organic. Low microbial environments, they aren't looking at the microbes in that soil to make it organic. What qualifies it as checking the boxes and making it organic label means it doesn't have other things. But they're not looking at whether or not there's more nutrient in that fruit or that vegetable that you're buying organically. They're just saying it doesn't have certain things in it. So this is why biologically active compost is important. And that's what we want to talk more about. So let's talk about how we can make this better. How do we improve our soil? So first thing to think about is mushroom compost. Mushroom compost is rich in organic matter, has beneficial fungi, and trace minerals in it. Okay, those three things work really great to help with our nutrients. Fungi, for example, play a critical role in breaking down materials. Fungi also help with transporting materials to the plant's roots and increasing root surface area. So they're going to be able to absorb more of the good things. A healthy fungal network within your soil really helps your plants access the nutrients that would actually be locked in the soil and the soil particles. So the fungi helps it open up, and all of those nutrients are going to be getting to your plant. So a second ingredient that's really great for your soil and to keep your soil healthy and offer more nutrients are worm castings. So worm castings are one of the most biologically active components that you can use. They contain a high microbial diversity. So there's lots of different microbes and living organisms in your soil when you use worm castings. They have plant available nutrients, meaning your plants are automatically going to get nutrient. I talk in other videos about making your perfect soil mix. And I always mention worm castings about how when you water through worm castings, your plants are getting fed automatically. Like it's just got some great stuff in it. So it's going to feed your plants with healthy things, again, increasing those nutrients. And they also provide natural growth stimulants. So your plants are going to be healthier, they're going to thrive, they're going to be just doing great. And all those things that help them grow, help us grow as humans as well. So worms digest the organic material and then they convert it into nutrients. And those nutrients are the ones that the plants can absorb easier because of what the worms have already done some of that breakdown. So again, as I was saying, then the plants get those nutrients go into our fruits and vegetables. We have better fruits and vegetables with more nutrients in them. They inoculate the soil with beneficial microbes, basically. That's the key. And that helps to mobilize nutrients so they can actually move into the plant better. They improve the soil structure itself and increasing the water retention. So having these key components in the soil, the reason it's so important is because plants do not just absorb nutrients naturally. Just because nutrients are there doesn't mean they're just going to absorb them and put them into the fruits and vegetables they produce. They absorb nutrients because microbes make them available. They break those nutrients down and they offer that to the plant in a way it can take it. But if a nutrient's there, it doesn't mean it's going to take it up unless it's broken down properly. So those worm castings I was talking about and mushroom compost help with all of this. And the healthy soil biology is what we're looking for. The really key component on the healthy soil biology, and why is that so necessary, as we're saying, healthy soil biology is going to convert minerals into plant available forms. So the plants can actually take those minerals in. It's going to encourage deeper root systems. Those roots are going to be healthier. Again, it all goes together. Healthier plant, healthier fruit, more nutrients. Everything is happier and healthier, meaning we're happier and healthier because we consume it. It's going to increase your phytonutrient production by having that healthier soil. When your soil thrives, as I was saying, your plants are going to respond. When that soil is thriving, your plants are going to offer more antioxidants in that fruit and vegetable. They're going to offer more vitamins. They're going to have more productive compounds. That just makes sense, right? Those phytonutrients are what support our human health and when we eat that food. Makes sense. So nutrient density isn't just about what you eat. It's how what you eat is grown. That makes a difference. Focus on living soil, on organic matter, and on microbial diversity in that soil. We can grow food that actually nourishes us the way it's supposed to. And if you're growing your own food or thinking about it, what The key component is starting with that soil, because ultimately, healthier soil grows healthier plants. Healthier plants grow healthier fruit, healthier vegetables, and that makes healthier people. I hope you found this information helpful. And if you like this information, please like and subscribe. We're happy to help you out at Greenhouse Kids One.